For the first time on the channel, I present to you one $25 box of pennies, one $100 box of nickels, one $250 box of dimes, a $500 box of quarters, a $500 box of half dollars, and a $1,000 box of dollar coins. That's well over 10,000 coins in total and a whopping $2,375 in face value alone. In this 5-part mini-series, we're going to be going through these boxes of coins denomination by denomination, searching for rare, interesting, and valuable coins, and I'll be showing you what to look for along the way. We'll be using the Quin Coins coin roll hunting placemats to guide us through each denomination. I have a penny placemat, a nickel placemat, a silver stacking placemat which features dimes, quarters, and half dollars, and a brand new dollar coin placemat which features both small dollars and large dollars. This dollar coin mat is my newest addition to my series of placemats, and now that it's finally out, we have all the information we need to go through every single denomination at once. Of course, as always, if you're interested in picking up the brand new dollar coin placemat or any of the other placemats that I have available, you can head on over to my website at quinscoins.com, and I'll have links down in the description below. With that being said, let's crack into these boxes and see what we're working with. Starting things off with our $25 box of pennies, let's go ahead and open it up and take a look. As you can see, we have a 1941 Canadian penny and a reverse wheat ender, so those are gonna be right here. Let's grab them real quick. So there you go, guys. As you can see, I picked a good box of pennies for this series. We can see we have a wheat penny on the end, as well as a nice old 1941 Canadian penny. Not something you typically see, especially down here in North Carolina. Now making a big jump up to our $100 box of nickels. Let's go ahead and open this one on up and take a look, and as you can see, there are a ton of enders on this one. I'm very excited for it. Here's 3 older looking enders right off the bat. We got 2 Denver reverses on the left and the top there. That means those coins are at least as old as 1964. We like to keep anything before 1960, so hopefully they're a little bit older as well. And then that bottom one doesn't have a mint mark, but it certainly does have that look to it, so it's probably going to be an older coin as well. Then moving on from there, we have a confirmed older coin showing 1947. If that has a San Francisco mint mark, it's going to make it into that low mintage range, making it even more desirable. And that brings us to this one right here, probably the best ender so far. It is a confirmed San Francisco mint mark on the back of that coin. That puts it at least as old as 1955. What makes this even better is that a lot of the key date and low mintage coins in the Jefferson Nickel series have that San Francisco mint mark. So if we find something like a 1949S, that is a key date that I still need in my collection to this day. So definitely excited about that one. Up next, we got our $250 box of dimes. Now guys, there's not a whole lot to look for in the dimes other than silver. I don't see any silver enders here. We do have a couple of interesting looking ones, maybe just a little bit of toning going on. And here are those aforementioned enders. You can see this one here that shows the reverse. Looks a little bit older, but it's probably not going to be silver. This other one just has like an interesting damage pattern, but you can see clearly it's from the 1990s, so definitely not going to be worth over face value there. Now taking another huge jump up to quarters. $500 box right here. There's tons of stuff to look for in quarters, guys. As you can see, we have all our 2019s and 2020s separated out. The reason for that is because there is a West Point minted coin to be on the lookout for in the 2019s and 2020s. That can be worth 15 to 20 bucks depending on condition if you find one. And as you can see here, it looks like we're gonna have a nice showing of 2019s and 2020s in this box, so I think we got a good chance at W here. On top of that, there's era coins to be on the lookout for in both of these state quarters. I'll get more into detail on those as we get to them. And finally, we got a 1965 quarter showing on the end here. That is not silver, it's actually just 1 year off from being silver. 64 and earlier are silver in all of the quarters, dimes, and half dollars. But anytime I see a 1965 ender, I consider it good luck, so hopefully that's what it is. All right, now we're moving on to the big boys. $500 in halves. Of course, with half dollars, just like with any silver stacking denomination, the big hunt is going to be those 64 and earlier silvers, but there is something interesting about the half dollars that doesn't show up in the dimes and quarters. Matter of fact, you can see it on the placemats right here. Pre-65 are 90% silver, but 65 to 70 are actually 40% silver, so you got another good chance there for getting a silver coin. But getting back to our box, guys, I don't see anything that sticks out immediately as being silver, although we do have a nicely toned coin right here. Definitely interesting, probably not going to be silver though. If we do find silver though, I hope it comes from these coins because that would be a nice big chunk of silver. And last but definitely not least, we have our $1,000 box of dollar coins. A lot of people don't even know that you can get boxes like this, and it's definitely not cheap. As you can see, you got the price tag right on the front, but opening it on up here, guys, we see all different types of coins, gold dollar coins, Susan B. Anthony's, and then we have 2 up here which are known as Native American dollars. You can tell those ones are going to be a little bit different because they do not have the date on the front of the coin. Now, unfortunately, there is no silver to look out for in these small dollar coins, but there is a ton of other stuff which I had no idea about until I started doing more research. You can see all of this stuff up on the placemat here. There's tons of awesome stuff to be on the lookout for, including some stuff that we've actually found already in our previous dollar hunts. So we will definitely be heavily utilizing this placemat as we go through our dollar box. So now that we know what we're working with, let's go ahead and grab 10 rolls from each box and start ripping through them to kick this series off. All right, guys, here we go. We got 10 rolls of each denomination displayed out across the table here. I did lie on one though. The dollar coins actually come in boxes of 40 rolls. That's $25 per roll. 25 times 40 is 1,000, so I only have 8 rolls of those, but that should be all right because there is a ton of stuff to find in those dollar coins. We will, of course, be starting this one off with pennies and then working our way up towards those larger denominations and see what we can find along the way. And so, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the hunt. All right, we're going to be kicking things off here with that wheat penny ender that we saw earlier. As you can see, 1909 to 1958 is what we're looking at. We're going to be shooting for that pre-1940s range, though. Those are much tougher to find, so let's go ahead and just jump right into it and see what we're going to end up getting off of our first find of this entire hunt. It's always nice when they come out on the ends there because you know that you're going to get something good, and it shows that you may have more potential for the rest of the box. So there we go, guys, a closer look at that coin. Let's do a quick zoom here, grab it off the end, see if there's going to be another one underneath it. Nope, just a copper coin right there. Not going to be another wheat penny though. But we do have one here, probably going to be 40s or 50s, I would say. It doesn't look too worn down. Let's go ahead and flip it over and find out, guys. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to be starting this one off with a 1945. Now, there are actually errors to look for, I believe, on that 1945, so we'll be pulling out our cherry picker's guide here in just a sec to see if we're going to end up with any of those. But for now, let's just put that to the side, dump out the rest of these coins, and see if we're going to find anything else in this roll. Now, I am hoping we can get some more Canadians, guys. It was a real surprise to see that Canadian ender there, and would be awesome if we could continue the luck finding stuff like that as we go through these rolls. Taking a look at the rest of these coins, though, nothing really sticking out. I see a few copper coins, those pre-1982, but nothing really else. So here we go. We got our cherry picker's guide. Let's flip it over here to the 1940s. We can see there is one to look out for in the 1945. It's going to be a double die obverse on Liberty. So it looks like a little bit of doubling on the B, E, R, and T there. So let's take a look under the microscope here, guys. We got it queued up, and let's move over to that Liberty section and see if we're going to see that doubling on those letters. Now, it's tough to tell because this coin is definitely very worn down, more so than the one in the picture that we saw, but I'm not seeing it on that one. Let me know if you guys are, though. But either way, guys, that's going to be a nice find right there. 1945 wheat penny to start us off. Moving on to our second roll now. Let's jump right in and see if anything's going to be showing for us here in roll number 2. So lots of zinc, no 2009s. We do have a really nice 1974 right there, which I'll probably pull out just because it is in such nice shape. You don't see that too often for those 60s, 70s coins, so we'll take that and move on to the next. Oh, 59 right there, 1 year off of being a wheat penny. So close, yet so far for roll number 3. Still no more wheat pennies, still no more 2009s as of yet though. Until, oh, I thought we had one right there. It's just a 69. I should mention on that 69 though, if it is a San Francisco, which it looks like it is, there is an extremely rare double die to be on the lookout for on the date in 1969S. So we'll go ahead and throw this under the microscope just on the very off chance that we actually got one. So here's what we'd be looking for. You can see extremely doubled there on both the date and a whole bunch of the words as well. And here is our coin, not seeing any doubling, unfortunately. It's a very obvious one to see. You could almost see it with the naked eye, but I always love to throw it up under the microscope if we can. All right, moving on to roll number 5 in the pennies. This marks the halfway point for our pennies for today's hunt. Hopefully we can get something else here. All right, there we go, guys. We actually just got a really nice looking 2009, and this is actually going to be the rarest of the 4 designs that you can get, and that one is going to be the presidency. Let's flip it on over to the obverse so we can see it's got a 2009. Denver is the mint mark on that one. So very nice right there to see that one finally coming out. We will definitely take it. Now moving on to roll number 6. Ooh, we got a lot of copper edges in this one. I have a good feeling here. Unfortunately, copper edges can also just mean 1970s and 80s coins as well. So it looks like that is the case on this one. Yeah, I haven't had too good of luck with the pennies lately. I thought this box might be a little different. Oh, wait, there we go. We do have a wheat penny coming out. at least one more here. So 1952 it looks like is going to be the date. Let's do a quick zoom here. 1952 Denver, very close mint mark there. We'll have to check to see if there's anything to look out for on the 1952 Denver. Pretty nice looking coin right there, especially considering its age. So let's take a look at this under the scope if there is anything to look for. All right, according to the Cherry Picker's Guide, there is an overmint to look for, a D over S. Very interesting there. It looks like a slight San Francisco mint mark right under the Denver one there. If we were to get that, definitely an increase in value, as you can see there. So let's see. And here comes our 52 Denver. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it. Let's do a little zoom though. All right, that's more like it. We can see a lot better now. I'm definitely not seeing the tail of an S under that Denver though, so we'll keep moving on and see what else we can get. Oh my gosh, guys. We have another one hiding right here. 1957 Denver, just about in the same exact location as that 52 Denver. And it's coming out of the same roll as well. So our first 2 wheat roll right there, 1957 Denver, a pretty common wheat penny. Well, as far as wheat pennies go, you don't find wheat pennies too often, but if you do, you're likely to find them in the 40s and 50s. All right, according to Cherry Picker's Guide, there is nothing to look out for on the 57 Denver, so we'll chalk it up as another wheat penny find and keep moving on. Maybe we can make this a 3 wheat roll, let's see. And it looks like there will be no such luck, but we'll take 2, guys. We got 3 more rolls to go. Let's see if we can find another. All right, not too bad coming out of this roll right here. I see some definitely interesting looking edges here. Oh, look at that, guys. 2024. I have heard that the 2024 coins may end up being low mintage, so I'm definitely going to be holding on to that one. That's actually the first 2024 penny that I have ever found. You guys let me know if it is still the case that those are projected to be low mintage coins. I heard they haven't made too many of them. They only got a couple more months to make them, it sounds like. So 2024 penny right there. Definitely going to be putting that to the side, and any others if I find them. So let's see what else we can get here. All right, guys, second to last roll for the pennies. Then we are moving on to nickels. Very excited about the nickels. There's definitely a lot of stuff showing on the ends of those rolls, so should be a good box. But let's finish up with the pennies here first before we move on. We got a nice 1963 right there. I'll definitely put that one to the side just for the heck of it. Ooh, another nice 1974 right there. Once again, pulling that one out. And let's see what else we got for the second to last roll. All right, looks like that was it for the second to last roll, guys. We're on our last roll. Now we got 3 wheat pennies to show on 9 rolls. Let's see if we can bump it up to 4 or 5 here with this last roll. Maybe even an Indian head penny coming out. I certainly wouldn't mind that. 66 right there. Oh, there we go, guys. We do have a wheat penny coming out kind of towards this right side. It's sort of blended in, and I'm actually seeing a Canadian coin right there as well. So it looks like we are going to be getting some Canadians in this box, which I'm very excited about. Definitely missed them when I moved out of Michigan. We found them all the time. But there we go, guys. A nicely toned wheat penny right there. We'll flip it over to the obverse and see what we got for a date here. All right, 1946 is going to be the date on that one. Pretty worn down. And it looks like, according to the Cherry Picker's Guide, there is nothing to be on the lookout for there for the 1946. If we had a 46S, there would be something interesting to look for, but no such luck here, guys. Nice toning on that one, though. I do like it. It's got a little bit of a rainbow tone to it. So definitely an awesome find right there, guys. That brings our total up to 4 wheat pennies on 10 rolls. We've also got a Canadian 1984 coming out right here. I usually wouldn't show this, but it's been such a long time since I found a Canadian coin that I just got to show it. So there we go. We got Queen Elizabeth II there, and you can see I totally forgot how to flip these coins as well. They flip a little differently than the American coins. So there we go. Nice Canadian coin coming out. And let's see if there's going to be anything else on this roll. All right, guys, looks like that is going to do it for that last roll. I did look back through the pile here, and I found a couple more 2024s that I originally had missed. So we'll pull those out for sure. And then let's go ahead and move on to the nickels. So swapping that penny placemat out for our nickel placemat, we're going to obviously be on the lookout for Buffalo nickels, V nickels, anything old, but there's a lot of stuff to look for, guys, especially those war nickels, 42 to 45, and then some of this other stuff, blank planchets, proof nickels, 2009s, once again, those are even tougher to find than the ones in the pennies. So we'll just go ahead and set this down right here. We do have 2 enders. I just grabbed 2 of the many enders that we had over there. We got a Denver reverse here, so at least as old as 64. And I think this one might even be older. It doesn't have a mint mark on it whatsoever, so we can't tell for sure, but definitely, like I said, it's got that look. We'll start with this Denver reverse, though. We know this is going to be at least as old as 1964. Hopefully older than 1960, because that is what we like to keep. And then, yeah, taking a look at these edges here, this could be, okay, it's not a war nickel, but definitely, again, has that look to it. Let's see. Oh, very nice, guys. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even go for the ender to start us off because that one just looked too interesting. 1949 pulled straight out of the roll. Very difficult to do with nickels, but sometimes you find them that way. 1949, no mint mark, so 49S is the one that we need. I really hope that's a sign, guys. We're going to be opening up that San Francisco ender in a future video here. But let's go ahead and take a look at what that ender ended up being. And I think there it is, 1956. It kind of fell out of the roll there. And now that's not going to be anything particularly difficult to find. It did have that Denver on the end, so Denver 1956D it's going to be. So right off the bat, guys, we are up to 2 finds on a single roll out of our nickels, and we haven't even seen any more of the coins in this roll yet. Let's go ahead and dump them out now and take a look if we're going to get anything else out of this roll. All right, taking a brief look here. That definitely looks older. It's just a 1963, though. Those are fairly common. 64 next to it. I see a ton of misconceptions about that 1964 nickel because everybody has in their mind 64 and older is silver. That is not the case with nickels. As a matter of fact, the 1964 nickel is the most common nickel that you can possibly find. They made a ton of them. And guys, it's not looking like we're going to be finding anything else in this roll. I'll do a double check to make sure we didn't miss any 2009s. And then with that, we'll go ahead and get on to the next nickel roll ender. All right, so 49 and a 56 Denver out of that first roll. This one, like I said, does not have a mint mark. But let's go ahead and unroll it here and see if it's going to be anything desirable. Of course, we can't help but check for those edges, guys. The war nickels that I mentioned earlier, 42 to 53, typically are going to look a little bit darker, so you can identify them by the edge a lot of the time. But we're just going to grab this one right here to see if this is going to be something old, because I'm not seeing anything dark in those coins right there. So here we go, guys. I'm not so sure about this. Could be older than 60, but let's just give it a flip and find out. No, that's going to be a 64, and that is the bane of every nickel roll hunter's existence. That second roll didn't have it like that first one did, but I'll double check once again for 2009s, and then we'll move on to the next one. And just like that, we're on to roll number 3. I should mention, though, while we're on the topic of looking for low mintage coins like the 2009s, 2024 nickels, people have been freaking out about. Like, they are just extremely difficult to find so far anyway in the year. So we'll definitely be on the lookout for those as well. It gives us another low mintage coin to be looking out for here. But just like that, guys, getting into roll number 3, we already have a find right here, 1952, and depending on that mint mark, it could be a low mintage coin. So we are going to be looking for that 52S. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the San Francisco mint marks are a little bit tougher to find. Let's see if we can get it on this one. 3, 2, 1. All right, no mint mark, guys. If there was, it would be just like we saw earlier to the right-hand side of the Monticello. 52, though, still a good find. I would like to get a little bit earlier. 51 and 50 are much more difficult to find, especially that 50 and that 50 Denver, which is the key date of the series. All right, moving on down here, guys. I see what looks like probably is going to be an older one there. Nope, 64 it is. Okay, let's keep on moving then. Not really seeing anything else. I will flip all these for that 2024 and 2009. But if nothing comes out, then we'll just get on to the next roll. All right, moving on to roll number 4. We got 3 finds on 3 rolls. Let's see if we can keep it up. Ooh, definitely a nice color on this one. Let's see if it's going to be a war nickel. No, it is not, but it definitely looks older. Did we just pull another one out by the edge? All right, no mint mark, so what do we want here? 50 or 55, I think, are the ones that you want for no mint mark. Let's see what we got. 3, 2, 1. Ah, 64, you kidding me? I really thought we had something better than that time, but I guess that's the risk you take when you flip over a no mint mark coin. All right, moving on to roll number 5. We are now halfway through the nickels after this one. Oh, whoa. Oh my gosh, guys. Again, not expecting to see that. I don't know how I didn't see it on the initial check, but we just landed ourselves a Canadian nickel in rough shape, granted. Let's flip it the correct way here. 1986, so we are looking for, in these, 1981 and earlier is actually going to be an interesting metal composition that you're going to want to keep. That's a 99.9% nickel. I believe they stick to magnets as well, so if you want to run a magnet over your nickels, you should be finding something interesting if it sticks. Typically, nickels are made out of 75% copper and 25% nickel, but 99.9% nickel actually gives it a little bit of value just because of that metal composition. So 1986, just an interesting find there. All right, not too much going on in roll number 6, so we are moving on to lucky roll number 7. Definitely some interesting color here, but yeah, you can kind of tell sometimes if it's spotty, that's just going to be like water damage or some other type of environmental damage. You really want to look for that consistent dark gray color. That's what you're looking for when you're looking for those war nickels. The 35% silver, 42 to 45. And I'm not really seeing a whole lot on lucky roll number 7 either, so let's take a look here and I'll let you know. So things definitely slowed down towards the end of that 10 roll stretch there. Hoping this last roll gives us a little bit of luck. What do we got? That's a 64. Dang it. All right, let's see if anything else is going to pop for us here. And it doesn't look like it, guys. So I'll check for 2009s, 2024s, and I'll let you know. If I don't find anything, we'll be moving right on to the dimes. All right, moving on to dimes. We got our tray right here. Nothing spectacular on the enders. Of course, we are going to be on the lookout for those pre-65 silvers. 2009 dimes, of course, are going to be low mintage. Anything Canadian or Canadian silver would be great. And here's our little diagram that we're going to use to be able to tell what's silver and what's not. You can see there's a little bit of a difference between the Canadians and the silver, especially on those old silver. That would be like a Mercury dime, which I have never been able to get. Although, I haven't really hunted dimes all that much either because it is so hit or miss. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into our first roll here. Check for silver real quick. I'm not seeing anything. I do see a nice shiny one here. That's going to be a 2017 Philadelphia, so nothing too crazy right there. So I'll go ahead and dump these all out. Take a look to see if we got any 2009s. I suppose we should be looking for 2024s as well. But this is probably going to be a quick one, guys. Like I said, very hit or miss on the dimes. So if we don't hit, then we'll probably be going through them pretty quickly. All right, guys, let me take a look at these and I'll let you know what I find. All right, sometimes you find stuff like this, which I find interesting. I don't think this is enough of an error to warrant any additional value, but you can see right there that rim is extremely big on that left side, very small on the right side. So definitely somewhat of an error here. This is probably one of the more extreme examples I've seen, but there are much more extreme examples out there, and those are the ones that are actually going to be worth a little extra. I don't know, this might sell for 25-50 cents to the right person, but 1991 Philadelphia definitely off center there, so we'll put that one to the side and keep going. All right, we've hit the halfway point, guys. This is roll number 6, and something's different. I see a thick edge. I think you guys can probably see that too. What the heck is this going to be? Well, it's 1978. Looks like it's been in the ground or something. I don't know why it's so pronounced like that, though. Yeah, I don't know. 1978. I don't see an estimate mark, so it's not like a proof that's just been beat the heck out of. But very pronounced rim there for sure. I thought we might have had silver there, or at least a proof. But we'll put that to the side. I think it's interesting. Let me know down in the comments below if you think it's something other than just an old beat up 1978, and we'll keep going. All right, guys. Last roll of dimes for this hunt. Last chance at silver here. Let's see what we can do. No, doesn't look like we're going to get any here. So we skunked out on silver on the nickels, skunked out on the dimes. We still have the quarters, and most excited for me, we still have the half dollars. It has been a long time since I hunted half dollars, and that is really where you can actually get some good stuff. Oh, we get a nice thicker rim on that one right there as well. I don't think it's as pronounced as the first one that we found, but still something interesting to break up the monotony of dimes if you're not finding silver. So we'll pull that to the side, guys. I'll look through the rest of these, and then we'll be jumping into the quarters. All right, guys, that'll do it for the dimes. We are now moving on to quarters, and luckily we don't even need to change the placemat here. We just shift it down one, and we got our row of quarters to look out for. So that West Point, of course, 2019 and 2020, anything Canadian, anything pre-65, and then here's your silver chart to be able to tell if you got silver or not. There's a whole bunch of different ways to tell. We get a 2019 here right on the end, looking for a W. It would be our first 2019 W ever. I have found a few of the 2020 Ws. They're getting harder and harder, of course, but no 2019 so far. So we'll just be stoked to be able to get it right here on this first ender. But if we don't get it on that first one, there's plenty more to look at as well. Of course, we will be looking out for the silver. Like I mentioned earlier, pre-1965 is going to be a silver quarter. Those are just extremely difficult to get. We do have a 2024 quarter right off the bat here, so that's interesting to see. And yeah, we've seen that design a few times. I think I got over a roll of those that I've pulled out. All right, let's grab that 2019 off the end, though, because we want to check that one for the W. And let's see if we can get lucky here, guys. 3, 2, One. No, unfortunately, that's just going to be a Philadelphia. So I will be pulling out more of these 2019s and 2020s as we go through these rolls. And then we'll just take a look at all of them together to see if we are able to get lucky and grab one of those West Point minted coins. There's a District of Columbia right off the bat. That's pretty cool to see. 2009 quarters are not as rare as a few of the other denominations. Really what you want to be looking out for in the quarters is the 2010s, like that right there, Hot Springs. We'll put that to the side. So 2010, 2011, 2012, those are the tough years on the quarters. As a matter of fact, I'm still looking for a few of those for my collection, and I've been through quite a few boxes of quarters, so... All right, let's see. We got another 2024 right here. It's that same design. I think I'll just start kind of throwing those back because I've seen quite a few of them at this point. I don't think they're going to be super rare. There's a 2020. It looks like it's just going to be a Philadelphia on that one, though. And all kinds of new designs showing up in the rolls here. Like there's a Maria Tall Chief right there, 2023. I know I was looking for one of those in my Coin Quest Quarters series. Still looking out for a few of those different Women's Series quarters, which started in 2022. Looks like that is going to be it for that roll, though, guys. No West Point minted coins, unfortunately. We do have a 2020 right here, which I thought I would just try for what I believe is American Samoa is the name on that one. So let's unroll this one. I always get a little bit of anxiety. Every time I open a roll, there's a slight chance that you're going to see a silver edge staring back at you. It's even slighter for the quarters, but it is very exciting nonetheless. All right, so here's what I think we have more of a realistic chance at. 2020 West Point quarter. Let's see if we can get it, guys. 3, 2, 1. All right, so another Philadelphia once again. Seem to find those Philadelphias more than the Denvers. Got a nice shiny one right here. Ooh, that's going to be, what is that? 2022 on that one. I thought we were going to hit another 2024 there. Let's go ahead and dump them out and take a look to see what else we can find. All right, we got a Delaware quarter coming out. There is an error to look for on that one. I will just put it to the side. We'll save it. We'll look at it under the scope. And it looks like that's going to do it for our first two rolls. So jump into roll number 3 now. See if it's going to bring us any better luck. Oh my gosh, I would love to see a silver edge, guys. It's been a while. And I feel like I've actually gotten fairly lucky on getting those silver edges in terms of what I've seen online from other people. There's a Denali right there. As far as 2012s go, that's not the best one. I have found that one a few times. There's a couple other designs like Hawaii and a few others that are much more difficult to find. Oh man, that is an old looking quarter right there. And it's a 65, of course. I almost thought we might have had like a hidden silver right there, but usually when you see a silver edge on a quarter, it's pretty obvious. All right, we got another 2020 right here. I'll set that aside. We can take a look at a little bit later for that W, and I think that's gonna do it for that roll. Oh, wait a minute. We got a Wisconsin here in extremely good shape, and there is another error to be on the lookout for on this one as well. I've never found it myself. It is the extra leaf. You can get a high or low version of that. I'll throw a picture up so you can see kind of what that would look like. Never been able to get one for myself, but always on the lookout for it. And this is an extremely nice 2004 Wisconsin quarter, similar to the one that we found earlier actually, and ended up putting it in the collection as a replacement. I think I'll definitely put that one to the side just because you don't see a 20-year-old coin in good shape like that too often. So, all right, guys, let's get on to the next one and see what else we can find. All right, guys, just past the halfway point, I just found another 2010. This one's a little more difficult, if I recall. Grand Canyon 2010. And that one is going to be a Philadelphia, so we'll put that one to the side. That's probably the most difficult one that we found so far. We are collecting a nice little pile of 2019s, 2020s. Also got a couple of coins that I want to look at for errors, and here we go, guys. This is one that I have only found maybe 1 or 2 of. Definitely a controversial design, only because it hardly looks like an actual US coin. It kind of looks like a token based on all of that extra white space on the left and right of the subject there. But this is one of the Women's Series quarters, and we'll flip it over here. We got a 2023 Philadelphia there. So definitely a more modern one. If you guys have not seen this one in your change before, I wouldn't be surprised because it hasn't been around for very long. But yeah, you can see all of the words are actually inside of the subject of the coin there. Pretty tough to read as well, which does end up being a Hovita Idar. And yeah, just an interesting little design right there. I do like to pull these out just because I haven't found too many of them yet. All right, there we go. Very next roll. Really hitting it out of the park with these 2010s, 2011s, 2012s. This one's El Yunk, which I think I've actually struggled greatly to find. This is probably the one that I've had the most difficulties finding. So Puerto Rico 2012 right there. I don't know which one I need. I think I need either the, Philadelphia or Denver. I'm not sure which one. Usually it's the Denver that I need. We got the Philadelphia this time, so we'll put it to the side here. Obviously, it's going to be not an easy one to find. Again, like I said with that women's quarters series, I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't seen it before. I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't seen this one either, because it's just not in circulation too much. And there we go, guys. Our first bicentennial double date coming out here. I almost forgot that these existed. We haven't found one in the first 5 rolls. We're down to just 2 rolls left at this point once this one is concluded here. 1776 to 1976. I just like to pull these out. I got a few rolls of them from going through quarter boxes. And I think they're pretty cool, pretty interesting design. Definitely was one of my favorites when I was coin collecting as a kid. Started when I was about 6 or 7 years old and pulled these out like crazy. So gotta keep the tradition going. We'll put this one to the side and see what else we can get. All right, guys, last roll out of the 10 right here. You can see we got a nice pile of 2019s and 2020s, plus a couple of coins to check for errors. So we'll be doing that shortly after taking a look at what we got in this roll. So last chance for a silver quarter in this round, and let's see if we can get lucky. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. I did get like a really black, dark, kind of almost like charcoaly looking coin earlier. You gotta check those to see, because I do have a few actually silver quarters that I just purchased that look like that. So sometimes they do end up looking like that, and you definitely don't want to miss it. And there we go, guys. We do have a bicentennial coming out of our last roll. So drummer boy right next to that, 1965. Brings our total of bicentennials up to 2 on today's 10 roll quarter hunt. And let's see if we're going to get anything else coming out of the end of this roll. Just coming down to the very end of it here. Not seeing a whole lot going on. Do like to flip every state looking quarter just to make sure I'm not missing any 2010s, 11s, and 12s, stuff like that. But that looks like it's going to do it for that one. So let's take a look real quick at these 2019s and 2020s. I'll just spread them out kind of like this and see if we're going to end up with a W or not, because that's really the main focus, for me at least, when I'm going through quarter rolls. So here we go, guys. Let's see if we can get one here. We got Philadelphia's all across the board so far, which is typically the case. So hopefully we'll be broken up by either a Denver or a W. All right, we're coming down to the end of it. It's all Philadelphia's here, and it looks like that's how it's gonna stay. So no W's today, guys. We do have these 2 coins right here though that we're gonna throw up under the scope and take a look and see if we got those errors that we're looking for. All right, so here we got a 1999 Delaware quarter zoomed all the way in. Of course, we're gonna be taking a look at the horse in this case, and we're gonna be looking for what's called the spitting horse error. So there would be a die crack coming from the horse's mouth going to the edge of the coin, and I do not see it in this case. I'll throw a picture up so you guys can see what you want to be looking out for. But yeah, I don't see it on this one, so we will be throwing that one back. And then let's throw our Kansas quarter up under the scope, this time looking at the obverse of the coin. We want to be looking out for, over here on the right side, it should say, "In God We Rust," where the T is actually obstructed by a grease error. In this case, it looks like the T is perfectly fine, so no grease error there. We'll go ahead and throw that one back as well, and then move on to half dollars. So to be honest with you guys, I don't even know what the last time that I hunted half dollars was. They used to be an integral part of the channel, but it definitely wasn't sustainable. They're tough to find silver, and like I said, very hit or miss, just like with the dimes. Of course, you are looking for those pre-1965 silvers for 90% right there. 40%, like I mentioned earlier, from 65 to 70. That would really be the target. Those are really what you find more of than anything else if you're finding silver. And then, of course, NIFCs. So 1987 is a big one. And then 2002 and anything later up to, I think, 2022 or 23 are all not intended for circulation. We'll just move it over here, though, because we are going to be initially looking at the edges of these coins, and this is what you're looking for. You can see that 40% silver edge does have 2 different colors, kind of like a light gray and then a dark gray. So if we see that, then we definitely will be investigating. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Oh, we'll also be looking out for proofs as well. Those seem to come out every once in a while in the half dollars. So, oh my gosh, I have not looked at a roll of half dollars in so long. This is crazy. So no silver there, I can tell you right off the bat, but let's dump them out here. That sound, I definitely remember that. Let's see if we're gonna get anything good here. Maybe not, because I am already seeing that these coins, it looks like, have been marked by somebody else. All right, well, hopefully that doesn't mean anything for us this time around, guys. There are also bicentennials in the half dollars, because they were making them back in the 70s when the bicentennial came around. So you can see that double date once again. 1776, 1976, they're extremely common in the half dollars though, so I will not be pulling those out, otherwise I would be saving about half the coins that I find. But anyways, guys, it looks like that is it for the first roll. Let's go ahead and open up one more on camera here. This one kind of looks a little bit newer, doesn't it? So that could be an NIFC. Let's see if we can get lucky and pull ourselves an NIFC out of this one. If no silver is going to come out, at least hopefully we can pull something like that. Yep, no silver there. I think it was this edge right here, and now that's going to be a 97, so definitely was intended for circulation there. Oh, a little bit of a crash out there. Alright, let's see what else we got here though. Yeah, another marked coin right there, unfortunately. I think somebody is definitely hunting half dollars in this area, so I might need to find a different bank to grab them from. And yeah, that all looks like pretty standard stuff, guys. So I'll keep working my way through these half dollars. Hopefully some silver pops out. Hopefully something interesting. But if nothing else, then we will just go ahead and move on to the dollar coins. Wow, that one somebody was angry at. Look at that. Somebody took a pair of pliers to that or something. And there is another Coin Roll Hunter's mark. That one's actually different. And this is roll number 5, so coming up on the halfway point of this little hunt. No silver so far. And there's our first 2,000, getting closer to that NIFC range. There's a nice toned coin right there, 73. Probably the most interesting thing that we found so far, so I may as well pull it to the side. Another marked coin right there, this one with a blue Sharpie. So I'm starting to feel like, I mean, look, you got another black marked coin right there. I think maybe a lot of people just hunt halves and they end up getting circulated around. So seeing all these different marks, I guess it doesn't concern me too much. Like, I'm not thinking that this entire batch of coins has been hunted by the same person recently. I think there definitely is still a chance of something interesting being mixed in here. And some people don't even look for anything other than silver. So like if they find a 1987, they won't even know to keep it for it being not intended for circulation coin. Same thing with proofs. So all right, we got one more roll to look for, guys. So this is actually our last chance for silver on this particular hunt. Not going to be finding any silver in the dollar coins. So here we go. Let's see if we got it. No, I don't think we have any silver this time around. Do a quick check here for any proofs. Any not intended for circulation coins. But if nothing pops out here, we will be jumping into our dollar coins, which almost never disappoint. There's another mark right there. But yeah, guys, it looks like that's going to be it for this round of half dollars. You can see the coin counting machine marks on that coin right there. So 1985 Denver, pretty rustic, interesting, cool looking coin there nonetheless. But all right, guys, we got 8 rolls of dollar coins coming up, and that'll just about round out this hunt. And making its debut on the Quin Coins channel is the dollar coin placemat. So we got it on the small dollar coin side here. These are the different types of airs that we're going to be looking out for in the Susan B. Anthony's and then the Sacagaweas. There's also missing edge lettering to look out for on the presidential dollars, and then sometimes you can actually find Canadian small dollars. It's happened before. I will quickly show you guys the other side of this placemat. This is going to feature all the large dollar coins. These are much more difficult to find at the bank, so I haven't been able to hunt any of those yet. Of course, if you do find them, it's mainly going to be these Eisenhower dollars from the 70s, but I do have it laid out all the different types of Eisenhower dollars that you can be on the lookout for. And as you can see here, guys, there are actually 40% silver Eisenhower dollars, so definitely something to keep in mind. If you're able to pick those up, you do have a chance at silver on those. But we'll go ahead and put it back over here on the small dollar coin side. Grab our first roll, and we don't have too many interesting enders on this one. The ones that we do have, I'm saving for some of the future videos here. I got, looks like a presidency dollar there, and then a Susan B. Anthony on the other side. So let's just go ahead and jump into our first roll here, and we'll see if we can pull anything interesting. Now this is, that's just going to be a presidency dollar. That's a 2007, so those are the ones you want to look for, those missing edge lettering on. There are a lot of coins that we're going to be pulling aside to look at underneath the microscope. For instance, any 2000p, those are the ones that you want to look for the Speared Eagle and Cheerios dollars on, so we'll pull those to the side. Of course, we will also be looking out for 1981 Susan B. Anthony's. Those are all NIFC as well. And speaking of NIFCs, 2002 up through 2008 on the Sacagawea dollar is also not intended for circulation. So we just found our first NIFC right there, which is awesome, guys. 2003 Philly right there. And we will be definitely putting that one to the side. So something I'm noticing here, lots of Susan B. Anthony's. There's a 99 right there, which we don't see too many of. We'll keep flipping these presidency dollars to see if anything interesting is going to poke out here. And look at that, a Ronald Reagan coming out. Not one that I see very often. Definitely an NIFC right there. One of the later presidency dollars that they did not make for circulation. You could only buy them on the Mint's website for a while there. It's definitely got some weird spots on it, but I am going to take this as a good sign, guys. We got 2 NIFCs on our first roll. Ronald Reagan coming out there on the presidency dollar. That's awesome. All right, so on our first roll, 2 NIFCs, a whole bunch of 2000Ps to check for errors, and a whole bunch of 79Ps to check for that near date error as well. And I'll just give you an idea of what we're looking for on those. I'll probably just keep it here actually, because this is one of the most interesting sections on the placemat and one that I'm most proud of here as well. So you can see we're looking for that near date near next to the rim there, versus this one right here. This is just normal where it's a little bit further away. The speared eagle, haven't been able to find one yet, but you should see kind of like a die crack going through the eagle. And then the most difficult one to find, the 2000P Cheerios dollar. These were put into Cheerios cereal as a marketing campaign, and we're looking for all of those details on the tail feathers. You can see this is just a normal one right here that doesn't have those details. So we'll be looking for all of that a little bit later. We have just 7 more rolls to go through on the dollar coins, and we actually have a Native American dollar coin right here. This is just one of the more common ones, but it is one that you don't see a whole lot either. So I think we'll just take a look at that roll. Maybe it'll give us some luck. All right, so much fewer Susan B. Anthony's on this one. Let's go ahead and just dump it out here and see what we can see. Saw a nice shiny one right there, but that's just going to be a James Monroe, so nothing too crazy. There is our Native American dollar right there. We'll put that one to the side because they do come out quite often. And let's see what else we can get. All right, no obvious NIFCs in that second roll, so we're jumping into our third roll now. And oh my gosh, is this entirely gold dollars? I don't see a single Susan B in there. That might be a first for me, which is weird because this box looked like it was full of Susan B's. So what do we have here? It looks like we have a Native American dollar. I think this is one of the more common ones. So 2009, 2010, 2011. I know it's hard to keep track of, right? Because those are like the years you want to look for in other coins. And then as far as these go, yeah, 2011 right there. You actually want to be on the lookout for 2012 and newer. So, all right, let's, I guess, take a look at all our gold dollars here, because that is all we have to take a look at for this roll. Very interesting. Wow, somebody painted that presidency dollar green there. Kind of weird. All right, lots of 2000Ps to be pulling to the side and taking a look at under the scope here in just a minute. But other than that, looks like a fairly normal roll. And what is, that's a 2001. I thought we had another NIFC there. A couple of 2000Ps right there. And I think that's just about going to do it, guys. So lots of presidency dollars and 2000Ps. And we'll be taking a look at those in just a minute here. All right, here's roll number 4. This marks the halfway point on the dollar coins. And what do we have? Looks like a few Susan B's. Something really shiny right there. Is this going to be a newer one? Nope, that's just going to be Abe Lincoln. Okay, it looks like we have a Native American dollar here. I'm not seeing a date on the front of that one, so let's flip this real quick to see. Yeah, that's one of the more common ones though, so we'll throw that one back, and I'll let you know if we got anything else in this roll. Okay, so we're 4 rolls in. We did just get those 2 NIFCs out of the first roll. We got a huge stack here of 79 Philadelphias just from 4 rolls, and then another couple of stacks of 2000 Philadelphia. So we'll be looking for that near date, we'll be looking for that speared eagle, and then that Cheerios dollar. Let's start with the 1979 Susan B. Anthony's. That's the one we've had the most luck with here. So just throw them up under the scope here and start taking a look to see if we can grab ourselves another one. All right, last couple of coins here in that 1979. And it looks like we're not going to get one this time. Let's take a look at those 2000Ps for those eagle errors. What the heck is going on with that one? I can tell it doesn't have the Cheerios error, but it's I'm probably not gonna be able to tell on the Spirit Eagle. It's got some kind of glue on it. But just a few more to check here, guys. I've never had luck with these ones, but definitely a dream of mine. I think I should be able to eventually pull one of those Spirit Eagles. Cheerios dollar I'm not so sure about, but yeah, it looks like that's going to be it, guys. We got 4 more rolls to go. Let's see what else we can find. A whole bunch of Native American dollars coming out this time around, as you can see, but they've all been the common ones so far. The 2009s, 2010s, 2011s, so still going to be on the lookout for those 2012s and up. All right, here we go, jumping into roll number 5. Let's see what it's got for us. So we got like a dark edge there. What the heck is that going to be? It is a 2000p. Maybe that's the one. That could be an eagle there. We'll put it to the side and take a look a little bit later. Oh, all right, we got another NIFC. Not in the best of shape, but we'll take it because it's been a while. We got a Harry S. Truman right there. Definitely one of the newer ones. We can take a look at the edge of this coin to see what the exact date is going to be. I'm going to guess 2014, 2015. Looks like we'll be able to see it pretty easily. And yep, 2015 it is. So definitely one of the later ones. I think 2016 is the latest they go. And then it jumps to 2020 for President George H.W. All right, second from the last roll here. See if we can grab another NIFC. Maybe a innovation dollar would be nice. I'm not seeing anything really too shiny here, though. Pretty worn down just based off of the edges. And just like that, we are on to our final dollar coin roll for this hunt. Also the final roll for this particular hunt. We'll be back next week with another one, but let's finish this one up first, see what else we're going to be able to find. I got a whole bunch of coins, as always, to take a look at underneath the scope. You do want to check your 2007s for any edge lettering that's missing. That's another error that you definitely want to be on the lookout for. All right, lots of presidency dollars here. There's a 2007 there. And all right, there we go, guys. We just got another NIFC, probably to end us off here. That's probably going to be the last one. So 4 out of 8 rolls. That's 1 every 2 rolls. It's not too bad whatsoever. 2002 Denver Sacagawea dollar right there. That's going to be a not intended for circulation coin any day of the week. So we'll put that one to the side, guys. We got a few more coins to take a look at here, and then we'll throw those last few coins up under the scope to see if we got any of those eagle errors. Oh, wait. Okay, that's just a Native American there, 2009, I think. And the last one's going to be a 2000p. So we'll be throwing that one under the scope, guys. Let's see if we got any of those errors that we have up here on the placemat. All right, so once again, checking for those near dates first. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, that's a Denver. How'd that slip in there? It's only on the 1979 Philadelphia. Keep that in mind. That's another Denver. I gotta get my eyes checked, guys. Oh my gosh. All right, last few coins here, so just a few more chances at it. Granted, there's not more Denvers in here. And the last one, nothing. All right, let's check our eagles. Definitely helps to have the coin placemat to reference, because sometimes I forget which direction that die crack is that I should be looking for. So just taking a brief look, you can see, oh yeah, it should be going from top right to bottom left. And still haven't found one yet, though, unfortunately. It's not easy whatsoever, but I will not give up hope, guys. We are going to keep searching for that wounded eagle and that Cheerios dollar until the day we die. And here's our final coin. Nothing that time, guys. So no error dollar coins this time around, but we got tons of stuff in today's hunt. I had a ton of fun going through all these different denominations. Using all the placemats was awesome. Let's go ahead and do a quick recap of what we were able to find today. All right, guys, welcome to the wrap up on this one. This is the first time I've ever seen every different type of coin laid out on a placemat. Also the first time I've laid anything out on the dollar coin placemat, so lots of firsts in this one. We'll go ahead and start up here with the pennies. We got 4 wheat pennies out of 10 rolls. Not too bad there. One 2009, the most difficult one to find. A surprise Canadian, and then 3 pretty nice 70s, 60s coins there, along with 3 2024s, which I have not seen before today. So that was pretty cool as well. Moving on down to the nickels, we got a 49, a 52, a 56, and then once again, another Canadian, which I have just not seen in a long time ever since moving down to the south. So pretty cool to see those types of things come out. As far as dimes go, we did get this one right here, which definitely has an off-center error to it. It's just not big enough, I don't think, to warrant too much additional value. This one is just super thick compared to other dimes. I think maybe it was plated with something and then buried in the ground or something. I have no idea. And then we got a slight off-center on this one as well. Definitely not as much as that first one, though. moving down to quarters, I think we found quite a bit in the quarters here. You can see we got a couple of bicentennials. We did get that 2012 El Yunk, which I did check in my collection to see if we needed that one. And as you can see up here, we do need the El Yunk, but we need the Denver on that. And this one happened to be the Philadelphia, so not the one that we needed there. We did get a few other 2010s, another 2012 there, all already in the collection. Same here with this one. We don't see too many of them. It is a 2023 Philadelphia Jovita Idar. We do have the Philadelphia already though. And then just a really nice Wisconsin quarter right there, which I had to pull out because it's in such great shape. Then we move on to the half dollars. Really nothing going on in there, and I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit worried about these half dollars. Hopefully we can pull something out of them, because you just never know. People are always turning in coins, and they sometimes put silvers in there and don't even know it. So hopefully we pull something, but all we got to show for it this time was just kind of an interesting toned coin there. Now, the real magic came in the dollar coins, guys. We got two NIFCs right here, 2002 Denver, and then a Harry Truman right there. But these right here, these additional two, we actually need in our collections, if you can believe it or not. So 2003 Philadelphia, you're going to see, is going to be going into our Sacagawea dollar collection right here. 2003 Philadelphia is going right there, so we'll put it there for now. And then that Ronald Reagan is actually the first Ronald Reagan that I have found, period, out of my dollar coin searches. So you can see we have our later presidential dollar coin collection right here. We got Nixon, Ford, Carter, and then Reagan down here. And the Reagan that we found happens to be the Denver, so it's going to be going in on the right side right there. So 2 coins into our dollar coin collections. That is awesome. All in all, not a bad hunt to start us off for our 1 box of every denomination mini-series. And yes, I would have liked to have found silver in either the nickels, dimes, quarters, or half dollars, but we got plenty more chances for that in the upcoming videos, so make sure to subscribe down below so you won't miss it. Real quick, guys, before I end the video, just want to remind you, if you want to pick up any of these coin mats to aid you in your own coin roll hunting, you can head on over to quinscoins.com. I got all these designs up there for you. You can even get them as a variety pack, so definitely check it out if you're interested. But anyways, that's going to pretty much do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go down below and leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, because I post new videos like this every single week. I always bring you along with the hunts and have a good time. And as always, I'm Quinn, and this is Quin's Coins signing out. And I will see you in the next one.